Right, I've just hit record. So I was just saying, I hope that people are finding it easy to get in, and you were like, yeah, it's easy. And I was like, I hope it is. And you went, it is. It's really easy. So tell us what you did.
So, because I'd RSVP'd, I went into the calendar on the page and you had obviously opened the room. So the button was there to join live. So I just pressed that and it let me in. Um,
Right.
I was expecting to need the password, but it didn't ask me for that. So,
Yeah. So
um,
we're thinking that it just, if you're already in there and you click on, it knows that you're legit and it just takes you straight in. So that's super easy.
right.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I definitely think the app's going to be a good
I think the
thing.
app
But
will be,
I really need to have some people in here that and obviously I need to get some funds to pay for that. But
well, yes,
once I do
indeed.
that, because I need it's going to help me for my stuff as well. If people just know where everything is, like for me,
Yeah.
accessing it, it's going to be easier.
Oh,
But
definitely.
that will come. But for now, I've just bookmarked it on my phone.
Yeah, I've just saved it to my homepage.
Yeah, so when I'm out and about and it's I don't know, you're on Android, aren't you? And I'm on
Yeah.
Apple.
Yeah.
So I just did when I was actually logged in from the
Mm.
phone, you just click how do you do it again on here? So if you're on Safari on your thing, I think it's the three dots at the bottom and add bookmark to on iPhone, and
Right.
then it goes on that. How do you do it on a
So I was on the page on my phone and I think it's the top right. There's three dots, and you click it, and it gives you an option to save or add to homepage.
all
Um,
right.
so I did that, and it comes up with a little icon that's got your logo on it,
Hmm.
and it just takes me straight in to the web page.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
cool. Oh, well, so either way, Android
yep,
or iOS, you just click the three buttons and save to your screen on your phone, and that'll work for now
yep.
um till I get the what do you call it set up the app.
App, the
So
app. Yeah.
I right, we'll just have normal chat in a minute. I just want to let you know how funny is this, right? I'm gonna do a course, right? So I'll be certified in setting up this. Did you ever think I would be doing a course on how to tech and help other people with it?
Oh, that's brilliant.
I know. I mean, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it so that I can navigate and iron out any issues or anything for
Yeah.
me, for the community and for my own page. But I actually will have a certification at the end of it where I can help other people. Because the thing is, it's like it's easy when you know how,
Aye.
but if you don't know how,
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
it really is. It really is. So anyway, this morning, um, Boogie, more a movement thing.
Yeah.
Um, any idea how that happened?
No, I was
The
like, why are we having karaoke?
Yeah.
I
So
quite liked it.
I'm going to put the replay link on the event. So anyone that's RSVP but can't get in there should be able to see this, or I might just put it in the group anyway.
Yeah.
But what was so on a morning, it's 7 o'clock in the morning on a weekday for ages now
Yep.
since you did the first elevation, and well before that I used to call it barefoot boogie, but we started doing more somatic work and stuff as well, and anyone's welcome to join us. So
Yep.
I know Vicky from she came on one of my elevation retreats, and um yeah, there's just like there's the opportunity to come. It doesn't cost anything. It's not formal or anything. I'm not a movement instructor. Like,
Nope.
definitely don't take any physical health, physical movement advice off me because I just like to, if it's not joyful, I don't want to do it. Or if it doesn't feel good, I don't really want to do it. So we started just dancing on a morning. and it was really great. But then I think with the seasons changing and health and mobility issues and stuff like that, and also just with stuff that comes up in life, we started
Mm.
doing a lot of somatic stuff and somatic yoga and things like that. So I don't actually teach it. I just find someone who knows what they're doing on YouTube, share it. But what it means is that we are a bit more accountable for moving on
Yeah,
a morning. And we're not at the same time because it doesn't matter if you can't be bothered or you've had a terrible night's sleep and you don't make it or you've got something on. But certainly for me, it means I show up and I actually move my body on a morning. So sometimes we'll
yeah,
do a bit of somatic movement, bit of a vagus nerve reset, and put a couple of songs on, have a bit of a boogie. So what happened this morning was it was just literally boogie. I thought it's Friday, Friday feels, get some boogies on. And somehow when I shared the screen, it shared the lyrics. So I was like, this is awesome. It's like a karaoke at the same time. So there's like songs that I had, and I always find this fascinating about lyrics. Like, what have I been singing for 30 years? Says that? Of course it's that. That makes sense. What I've been singing doesn't.
the last one, I hadn't realized those were the lyrics of the last song.
Yes, I was gonna put a little challenge on, right? Say like at the end of Boogie, this today, what was the thing? Oh, what was the thing? It's something like those crazy Russians or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was. I don't know what the song was, but
It was Rasputin. I
yeah,
love that.
oh, the Crazy Russians. It's mental.
Graham laughs, man, because have you seen that clip? It's like a reel that goes round, and it's I think it's called Tom Hiddleston. He's in like some lorry or something like I don't know,
I don't know.
some sort of thing. Anyway, he's a guest on it must be James Corden's game
All
chat
right,
show
okay.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And he starts dancing to that song and he's a mint mover and I can't scroll past it. I have to watch it every time just because he dances so good. And
Yeah.
Graham's like, oh, your boyfriend, you just can't get past this one, but it's just such a good tune, but crazy lyrics.
Ridiculous.
There was a cat that really was gone. And then I don't know how many times, and I've probably done this in the past, said, I'm going to look up what they're talking about. Like, what's the
Yeah.
story of him? Who's the cat?
Yeah. Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't
Who is
know.
the cat?
Yeah.
I know, it was funny.
So, but it's really gone anyway. Whatever the cat is, it's really gone.
No, I thought you'd done it deliberately, but obviously not.
Mm, no, no, don't know. And but I'd like to figure out how to do it again
I wonder. I don't know.
because it was kind of nice to have a sing along to. But then I was
Well,
challenging myself as well. I was like, right, so you do the timing thing, right?
mm,
So I turned the volume down and I was looking to see if I was doing it at the same time as what the things were, the words were going along. And I think there was um islands in the stream or something like that on. And I was like,
yeah,
oh, I was
so
about half a second too fast. So then I just turned it up. Beat myself up for a little bit. You got it wrong.
that's all right.
You know
That
the
was
way
fun.
I am. All
I
the all
know.
the all the things that really, really matter in life and I beat myself up about.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Only way to be, yeah.
yeah. Shall I pull a card, Vicky,
Yeah,
for the
go on.
weekend?
Yeah, let's do that.
What deck do you reckon?
Ooh.
I've got Beyond Lemuria, Sacred Rebels, Sacred Earth Oracle, Secret Language of Colour. Well, I've got loads actually, but these are the
You've
ones
got
that I'm just
millions.
pointing out. You what?
You've got millions of them. Uh,
I've got even more in my little office and I think there's some actually in the container. Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards, Inner Child, Oracle of Seven Energies, Sacred Destiny.
what's the one under the picture with the black on the back of it?
This one, Beyond
Uh,
Lemuria. I love the um I love this deck. It's awesome.
I didn't know that's what it
Absolutely love
was,
it.
but it was jumping out at me. So
It's yeah, it's like that's the back
ah,
of the cards.
nice. That's pretty.
So one just jumped out and I went to shuffle, so let's have that. Didn't even get to shuffle and it went.
Oh well.
Do you know what it is?
But
Got quite emotional actually. Considering like what I'm trying to do here, and it's about like remembering and how I always say like I'm not about the only AI I'll use is the ancient intelligence and stuff, right? And it's got our ancient future.
oh wow. Oh, that's a
So
nice
for
card.
me, setting up this community of like where we can talk about this kind of stuff
Mm,
unfiltered, it makes gives me a little shiver. Like,
mm,
yay! So it's on about wisdom from indigenous peoples, ancestors holding the keys for the future, ancient remembering, bloodlines, how the past affects the future, a time to step up, timeless power symptoms, symptoms. What's a symptom?
I don't know.
Oh my God, what's a symptom? I'm gonna have to.
Is it an actual word?
It's a Cas word. Let's look if it's. Or you can have a look and see if symptom is an actual word. Activations for powerful shifts. I've got no idea why I said symptom because sometimes when you're reading, you skip ahead a little bit
Mm,
and there's like the end of another word and your brain's connected the two. It doesn't look like there's one in that. But anyway, there's so many even just in the title where I'm like, oh, just go off and talk about that. The first thing is, I don't know if I've told you, but Zach Bush's eye on gut health stuff.
hmm.
Have you tried it before?
No.
Right. I've probably had it for a couple of weeks now, right? And
Okay.
it is spot on for digestion. And I've took
Okay.
so many different supplements and stuff. But what all it actually is ancient soil.
Yes, I did read about it.
Yeah. But we got it because me and Green wanted to try it. So I think the bottle that we got was £77. And it was because, and I think, well, that's a 2 month supply, but it'll be 1 month if we're both taking it.
Yeah.
And if you just take a teaspoon 30 minutes before you eat anything.
Okay.
Um, but out of everything that I've ever took, I can totally tell when I've taken it. I don't know what it is, and I don't know whether it's like the the psychosomatic stuff of like this is ancient soil. My cells are remembering this, and they're returning back to how they should
Mhm.
be. Um, but it's been quite hot. Me ankle swelling hasn't been as bad. It just feels like it's doing something really good.
Good.
Anyway, just thought I'd say
Oh,
that
send
before.
send send us send us the link.
I will. It's I'll write a little thing here. Ion gut health thing. I mean, it might not work for everyone, but it's like
No, but
at first I thought, is this just a coincidence and things just feeling better anyway? But it does
hello.
seem to be that. Um, Ancient remembering bloodlines. So bloodlines thing, I think there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down with the bloodline thing. But
Hmm.
also in terms of just us and like the family constellation stuff, what's in your lineage, what's in your blood, what's in your DNA, all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, what it says about it is right now the legends of the Lemurian civilization feel important as the wisdom from this ancient time is relevant. The fall of Lemuria alerts us to the possibility that humanity may face if we live without respect for the earth. An ancient remembering is emerging. Many of the seed crystals and the knowledge they are imbued with are becoming unearthed. All those who can see a better future are not just dreaming. I love
Mm,
that.
that's nice.
That is one of the things, and I don't know, it's like I was speaking to someone yesterday and she was saying the same. It's like that thing of feeling like you don't belong, you don't quite fit anywhere, or how can I say this and am I just being naive? And I think as well for me, because my thing is like community. So through the years, I'm always like looking for a way to set up community, and it doesn't always work. And then I go
No.
into a thing of like, am I just being really naive here? Am I the only one who thinks there's got to be a different way? And we could just have a conversation about this. And it's just like the potential, it's like this deep knowing, but then
Mm.
life slaps you in the face and you go, eh, but how? So anyway, all those who can
Fair enough.
see a better future are not just dreaming. Their hearts and minds are hearkening to the core of earth-based traditions to bring through knowledge that will help shift this paradigm into balance. It's said that the Lemurians who survived the fall travelled the planet and ended up in the places where inspiring indigenous knowledge far outweighs what Western minds have come to prioritize. The ancient Egyptians, Mayans, Inca, Tibetans, Maoris, indigenous Australians, and Hopi are examples. These ancient knowledge keepers of the earth and ethers have been holding the key for a new world. We are being called back to our roots to acknowledge the infinite wisdom available when we drop to our knees in humble receptivity. To move gracefully forward, we must first stand in our power for the places, ethics, and conversation of what matters most.
Mhm.
And do you know what I'm thinking? What's come to me like as what matters most is just like humanness,
Mm. I'd say so. Yep,
our
definitely.
humanness and the potential. And I think this is where people are. 2 seconds, I take a drink of coffee. I think this is where people are at the minute is like there's this people remembering
Mm.
what humans are and what we're about. And then people have started questioning everything. Um, but there's still that underlying thing of I don't know if it's mistrust.
Could be.
You know, it's like everyone's looking for a definitive, this is the answer, this is the way, this is everything that is, instead of connecting.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
No, I don't know. Anyway, to move gracefully forward, we must first stand in our power for the places, ethics, and conversation of what matters most. When we heal ourselves, we often heal our ancestors also. As illuminated beings ready to make a change in the collective consciousness, we can sometimes take on what seems more like our fair share of karma. We may be clearing some of the wounds from our ancestors. With this in mind, we can ease through the waves, allowing guidance and empowered perspective to lead us to the greatest good.
Okay.
What comes up for you in that?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's
It's
interesting. I think
constellation work, isn't it?
it is. It's like it's really like yeah, it's really I don't know what the word is. I don't know what the word is, but it's very um powerful.
Hmm.
Really.
Yeah. Because the thing is the constellation stuff. So like obviously you're doing the constellation training now
Mm.
as well. But for me, there's just no getting away from the truth of we're carrying more than we should.
Oh
But
yeah.
once we honor and acknowledge that and realize that actually for me, there's something around the courage of it because you can. recognize that you might be repeating some sort of behaviors from your family line, or you might be identified with something in your family line, or you might have some subconscious patterns of behavior that are protecting you out of survival
Yeah,
or something else.
yeah,
But we live in a different time now.
yeah,
So it's all of the recognition of that. But
yeah,
what feels important, and it's what I was talking to this woman about yesterday, is that if we're the one in our families that are doing this work, then that quite often means that we don't feel as connected or supported by the families because they're
yeah,
not the ones seeing it and looking at it.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
this is
see that.
why, yeah, so this is why this community is so important for people who are seeing there's a different way and not buying into what the distractions are, can come together and look at like we don't have to be alone
Yeah,
as we do this.
yeah, yeah. Because it often feels like that when
Mm,
nobody else has been able to stand up and say, actually, what the fuck's going on?
yeah.
um, yeah, it's
And when you get
interesting.
those times where you're just like, oh God, man, why have I picked up this? I don't
Yeah,
want to do it. I'm not strong enough.
why did I look?
Can't be bothered. Just put it down for a bit.
Why did I look? Why did I? Why did I not let
Stupid
someone?
soul.
Yeah, it's. I think that's part of the problem with sort of the wider society and everything. People don't want to look because they don't believe that they can do anything about it. So
No,
it's easier just to carry on with what you're doing, even if it's not what you want or what you need.
yeah.
Uh,
It's the
and
apathy, isn't it?
yeah, people get
That's
stuck.
mm. And then I think what's frustrating is from when you see it from a different perspective
Mm,
and you look and you think if the majority of people aren't standing up now, then the game, the systems are still continuing to do what they're doing. And actually, humanity feels like it's being more poisoned and
yep.
weakened. And so by the time it comes to where you're like, well, I've got to stand up and fight for this, you're not in the
Mm,
full health because you've not really taken the stand when you could have done it. It's that frustrating thing I have every morning when I walk Fred and I look up and there's all the stripes in the sky and I have to tap the shit out of myself for like because
yeah.
it's not I remember speaking to someone in the park and I was just like looking up and I was like this the stripy clouds are back and they're just like um I there's well, you can't really get frustrated about it but it's not the stripy clouds, it's everything that's underneath that
Yeah, it's all the
because
layers underneath.
and then my head goes like, so if there's this geoengineering and there's climate control, not climate change, I wouldn't have said, but climate
Yep.
control, and they've got the possibility to create clouds and all the cloud seeding, and apparently it's there for good. Where's the water been for all of the farmers and all of these wildfires and stuff like that,
Hmm.
if it was for the good of humanity and Earth?
Yep, exactly.
So there's
Exactly.
that, and then I go into like, but then if they did, well, like the food that's going to produce is going to be filled with shite anyway,
Hmm.
So it's like you can go down that whole
Yeah,
spiral.
yeah.
Um,
There's a
so it's
whole thing at
everything
the
that it
moment.
means underneath.
There's a whole thing at the moment about them like taking the seeds out of everything. So like all the
Mm.
food and stuff, all the seeds they're all seedless.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, they're trying to make it so that people can't grow their own stuff.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
You know, wasn't there a place that there like this indigenous like original ancient seed library
Hmm.
and didn't, was there not something happened to it? Like,
I
which was
think
a bit
so.
suspicious.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's yeah. Well, that's what they'll
But it's
do.
one,
They'll get rid of all the seeds, and then they'll be the only ones you can get them from, and then you have to pay for them, like
aye,
excess.
or you can have your food printed, 3D printed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
like this is this is
you can
yeah.
only have certain things.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
know. It's one of the funny things about it. Well, not funny. The funny thing about Scotland is, the treeness when you're going up the M74,
Mm-hmm.
that tree thing that looks like a willy, and how that's
Yeah.
being like felled at the minute, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I'm
It is.
assuming is it for the same reason as a lot of other places in Scotland where it's to reintroduce the native
Yeah.
trees,
Yeah.
right?
So they felt they would have been planted specifically for the
Hmm.
wood. Um.
Hmm.
So a planned um. It will have been a planned thing. It's what they do all over the place. They plant trees with the specific intention of cutting them down and using them for wood, and then they replant, and they usually try and replant native now. Um, they wouldn't have planned that when they originally did it, but that's what they tend to do.
Yeah.
Um, I believe.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, it's yeah. People get a bit funny about trees and things being cut down, but most of it is actually land management, and it has to be done. Otherwise, you just get all the other stuff can't grow if the trees take
Yeah.
over. Um,
I know. And you
which
see my head, and I'm sure people will, like how many, I wish I had a quid for every time someone said I'm neurodivergent or autistic or ADHD or whatever other labels there is for just thinking critically and like
yeah,
uh, being one of these humans that's like, what the hell's going on here?
yeah,
But
yeah,
my head thinks when you're saying that, like obviously working with the Ayurvedic principles and how we would eat locally and seasonally,
mm,
um, and how since travel's been introduced, well, it opens up the whole thing. So if
mm,
we didn't have airplanes and technology and all of this stuff, and there wasn't all of this um, thing of like shipping your fruit in from
mm,
thousands at like the other side of the world, all of
yeah,
that kind of stuff, and people ate what well,
yeah,
nature naturally gives them because you are in this area and this is what you are born into and this is your
yeah,
constitution and this is what really supports you,
yeah,
then things would be better. So part of me is really curious about what my lineage is, when you do the ancestry
mm,
thing and the DNA, but then I
yeah.
don't want to give them any more of my information. I'm bad enough when I go to Aldi and they've got the camera on us. I'm like, get away, you cannot see my face any more than you have to. Oh, God.
Funny.
But I'm just like, nah. I'm so curious, especially for the
Yeah,
constellation work
yeah,
about my
definitely.
lineage.
Yeah, about where you actually come from and what is your
Hmm.
yeah, what would be your correct diet and all that kind of things. It is fascinating. Um,
Hmm.
but nobody knows like what food is supposed to be when now.
No.
Um, Nobody knows the seasons anymore because you just get everything all of the time.
Hmm.
Um, and there's been a few times like in the supermarket and stuff where if like it's happened to my brother as well, where you put like loose veg or something through the till and like the person on the checkout doesn't know what it is.
Hmm.
And it was only like a courgette, I think. I
Yeah.
didn't know what it was.
Hmm.
Ridiculous. Um, but
I know it's
yeah.
one of the saddest things I find about going on holiday as well. Like when I mean it's not like we are definitely not well traveled yet.
Mm,
But um our winter trip to Tenerife, it's
Mm,
like, oh, like what do you eat over here in the sunshine? What does nature provide you with?
yeah,
And most of the places where you go to sell English kind of
yeah,
stuff, which actually we're
yeah,
just eating because it's, like the bog standard stuff. So you've got
yeah,
pretty much on every menu, anywhere you go, is lasagna.
yeah,
Um, so that's your Italian influence. Lasagna pizzas,
yeah,
a burger,
yeah,
steak, chicken, chips, obviously.
yeah,
There's usually a token salad thing.
yeah, yeah,
In Scotland, there's macaroni cheese.
yeah, always.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's interesting.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't travel much, but when I was in Germany earlier this year, um, it was fascinating with the food and that. Um, there were some things like that, but it was where we were staying, it was very much more actual like German things that were on the menu. But I was just like when we were driving round, like there's just like massive fields full of corn on the cob, courgettes growing in the field, loads of along those roads. There's frequently frequent intervals, like just stands with like fruit and like strawberries, and it was obviously strawberry season when we were there. So it's just like it's just all along the road, and you just stop and buy whatever you want.
Nice.
Um, it was incredible. And they're obviously it's warmer over there, so they're all their irrigation systems and everything are all set up properly, and but there's just these massive fields of vegetables and things that you don't see growing in this country anymore. Not on
No,
big. I mean, we don't have the weather for it, but
no.
it's a very different kind of thing.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, it's yeah, much very different.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you watch Clarkson's Farm?
I have watched it. Yeah,
Yeah. I always find that really interesting and very, very sad as well. Like it
yeah,
gets us quite emotional. Like you can hear my voice gonna break now because I'm like,
yeah,
God, all of these people with like just everything about it, and now this whole tax thing that's coming in, and without
yeah.
them, like we don't have that food.
No, we don't. We don't.
And
Not at
a
all.
couple of years ago, I went through a thing. I'm like, right, I'm gonna put like COVID times, Graham built a big planter thing for outside when he was off work, and we're like, we're gonna
Yeah.
just grow our own organic vegetables. But I'm not. I can't keep a house plant, so I'm really going to plan. I'm like, I'll contribute something else to society, and I'll buy vegetables off someone who can grow them
Yeah.
successfully.
But that's how it's supposed to be. That's
Or
how
I'll
it's
buy
supposed to
them direct from a farmer and cut
be.
out
Yeah.
all of the other
Yeah.
nonsense.
Yeah, it's crazy what farmers have to go through
Hmm.
um just to often not even break even. It's
No, no.
there's no value in given to what they do basically. Um it's uh it's crazy. Even things like milk and stuff.
Mm,
There's no it's just mad. Um but yeah, it's mental.
yeah.
Um,
It's one of the things that always like baffles us a bit when I come to Scotland is obviously I absolutely love Scotland
of
and it's
course.
so beautiful and there's so much land and there's so many animals and all of that. And then I'm just like, how is your food not better?
Because um over time a lot of so like if you take fishing for example, um most of there's like loads of really good stuff that they catch, but it's all exported.
Mm,
Um like all the like the salmon, all those kinds of things that are caught there go to London or across the continent, um, because it makes more money that way.
Yeah.
And there's like rough, like exact like species and stuff, but there's a lot of ones that are caught around Scotland and the UK, but they're all exported, and we then have to buy back in
Hmm.
what's
Crazy, isn't it?
it's absolutely mental. Because
It,
there's so much fishing and stuff that it's mad. Um, but yeah, it's although we do have um, there's a guy who has a company who comes down from Scrabster um, once a week down here, and he gets them literally straight off the boat, takes them to the fishmonger, gets them all prepped and everything in the morning before he comes, gets them all prepped and everything, and then puts them in the van and brings them down. So they're pretty much as fresh as you can get.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, but as a general rule, food is pretty shit.
Aye. But even here, like, because what you're saying, like, reminders of like the 80s when there used to be vans like that go around. So there'd be like the
Mm,
butcher, the fish person,
yeah,
the fruit and veg van, and it
yep,
was great. And it was dead handy, and you were just eating, and it wasn't like now the tendency is to go and do a big shop and then go to,
yeah,
just like little top-ups and stuff. But that did
yep,
feel um really fresh and good, and it would be lovely to have places like that back again, or like the
yeah,
organic veg boxes that started doing the
yeah,
veg and fruit boxes.
yeah.
But then
There's a place here that does that.
yeah, and
Yeah,
and it's good, but then also you need to know what's going to go with them for
yeah,
cooking your, like,
yeah.
preparing your meals, and
You
it's
need to know what you're
yeah.
getting.
Yeah, so there's
Uh,
bits of that. But I was laughing because the other day I was thinking about them vans that you were just on about. And I was thinking now we just occasionally get an ice cream van that actually sells.
sell ice cream.
It's not really ice cream, it's just
Yep,
Viagra and cheap tabs.
yeah. That's crazy.
That's all it is. But when you were talking about that the fish and stuff, was weird
Mm.
because Graham he just watches loads of people eating stuff on YouTube, right? So his recommendations come up, and there was Cafe Cool came up from Sky, and I
Okay.
was just I don't know, I was like doing something on the website or something, and a half listening, and then I was like, hang on a minute, I know this
That's
place. Like, I was like, I know who she is. I was like, I don't know her, but I know who she is, and it's
yeah,
John's sister and all of that. So I watched that, and that was lovely, a lovely little interview. I'll see if I can find the link, and if I'm
yeah.
sharing
That's
this, I'll share these things. But it was lovely to
yeah.
see her thing. But it also made us think about when we were at the Sky Retreat. So obviously
Hmm.
Lilia was doing the food, and it was
Yeah,
lovely food, but a lot of it was vegetarian. And then, as on a lot of retreats where it's like, I need some meat, I need some protein, I need some of this, and then
yep,
Julia tips up with a stash of Polish meat. And I
yep,
was like, oh, I'll have a taste of that sausage.
yeah. Polish meat, and I brought haggis.
Yeah, yeah, you had brought an award-winning haggis for me to taste,
Yeah,
so I had that for breakfast one morning. Oh, it was lovely. I'm looking forward to that for November, end of October
yeah,
retreat for
yeah,
the family recipes or things that you like from your culture and tradition.
yeah.
That'll
That'll be
be
good.
lovely. Hmm.
That'll be good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. But then also, I know, like, Ro on on a few of different retreats where I've seen
Oh, she brought
Rasheen.
Lauren sausage.
She's like lawn sausage and then that venison salami.
Oh
Oh
God,
God, I love that stuff.
I love
Yeah,
venison. Yeah,
yeah. And I know it's
yeah.
like processed meat, but at the same time, it's like,
Oh yeah,
mm,
it's lovely. Well, when I was at the Moy Game Fair last weekend, the venison burger. was amazing. Um,
Mm,
it was absolutely lovely. Bloody
yeah.
expensive, lovely.
Hmm.
Um, it was
I
like
know, don't you find that?
it
No,
was like
like, and I know
11,
everyone's
11 quid for a burger out of a van at a show.
Me and Graham have talked about this before because it used to be like if there was food festivals and stuff on and like on, what we used to like to do is to go around a few and just get a
Yeah,
thing and try it from so kind of like a tapas sort of thing, just go
yeah.
and try a bit
Get a
from all the
taster.
different places.
Yeah,
And we can't really do that anymore. And it's not the fault of the people because you know they have to make a living,
yeah.
but it's just like but our
So,
wages haven't really changed that much, so we
no,
can't really afford to
no, that's the
go and
problem.
try all of that.
Nobody's money has gone up in the way that the cost of living has gone up. So
Hmm.
people can't do things.
No.
And I think that's part of the reason why the food is so shit up here because people can't afford to buy it. Therefore, there's no market for it, so they just export it
Mm, yeah.
and then sell shit back to you.
Hmm.
Um,
I
which
can't tell
is
you how it, sorry.
no, go on.
I was going to say, like when we did the NC 500 kind of route, right?
Mm,
And it was like toilets were missing, but also places to
mm,
eat and drink were missing
mm.
along the route. And you just think, well, this is just because this is what it is. But wouldn't you think someone would capitalize on it with it being like a touristy thing?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
we were looking online and there was this food truck, which was only at, it was near a bridge somewhere, right, on a certain day. So we're like, well,
hmm
that's the day we'll go there because this food truck looks incredible. And honestly, I was like basically jumping up and down. Like,
right.
so excited. Like, I love food, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like, oh, it was incredible. They did such a good job of it. And
yeah,
I think it was a good business model because it kind of wherever they were, people
yeah,
were going there and it was like a small menu, so they know what they were gonna
yeah,
get and
yeah.
and they delivered it really well. It was lush.
I think that happens quite a bit up here. Like the fish and chip van will be in a certain place on a certain night, and everybody go, like loads of people go, because it's usually pretty good. And there's a patisserie as well who travels around and like is only in certain places at certain times,
Mhm.
and people always like book in and order stuff and that. It does work as a thing. Um, yeah, it's good. There are some pretty
Mhm.
good places to eat around the North Coast 500.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
do
they're
it
pretty.
again one day in a camper
Yeah,
next time.
yeah. I'll take you to. Have you been to La Mirage in Helmsdale?
No, I don't think so.
It's a chip shop, fish and chip shop, but it's really good,
Mm,
really
nice.
good. I made the mistake once of um we were sitting in that time, and I made the mistake of ordering the special fish supper. And thinking because like normally it would be like fish and chips and a pot of tea and whatever,
Mm,
but no. Well, it was. I did get a pot of tea and but it was two massive bits of haddock, like enormous. Like one bit was bigger than you would normally get anywhere else, but there was two
mm.
of them. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah. That's one of the things me and Graham love about Scotland though, with the food is like when you get fish and chips and you get a fish supper and it's
Yeah.
literally two bits of fish and the chips are just the right amount, whereas down here there's loads and loads of chips and a tiny fish and
Oh,
they're more expensive than getting two bits of fish and chips up there. So
that's disappointing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The
anyway,
fish.
I'll end the recording here because we're
Yeah.
just waffling on about grub now.
We
And
are. That's all right.
we've got another living Zoom on Saturday, so we'll see what chat comes out
Cool.
then. Right.